What is up, guys? Lethal Lee. Here we are again, back in Brooklyn to play the Nets. Let's get into it. Still not starting. It's like they don't like me or something. I'm not going to earn my spot, and I'm certainly not playing well enough to earn my spot, but last game I got some assists, you know, not many points. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, it must be Christmas Day. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Christmas Day. Yeah, paying. He's my outlet. He's the one who gets the scores. Alright,
a moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots.
Go away.
He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
Thanks, Doris. Just 5 on the clock. Off target there with the little leaner.
Well, you can't help but be impressed by this beautiful new arena. I mean, the Barclays Center 2010, and here we are, $1 billion arena right on Flatbush Avenue, and a culmination of a lot of work, and the excitement is palpable.
You said this before, the history of this area, the Brooklyn Dodgers played here. Ebbets
way
Field,
back.
Great area. Pass to Bradley. There's the screen. Off the pick. Gets it to go.
Oh, nice.
And about 2 minutes played. Here
That'll work.
And they tip it off with Style Clark to inaugurate the Barclays Center grand opening, a series of concerts by Nets co-owner and multi-platinum record artist Jay-Z.
And what better way to celebrate than that? Just a ton of excitement around the city, the arena, and this team. I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun to be a part of it.
Johnson.
Good field goal percentage shooting to this point. They're really knocking down their shots.
Yeah, hot start offensively has them in full control here. They're in the driver's seat, no doubt.
Now here's Lee over Wallace.
Oh.
Good from Lee.
I had a bad shot. I had a shot. I don't know, fucking
defense, I think you got to move the ball back out to the perimeter.
And it's right. Williams against Bradley. Here's Johnson. No good. Excellent D there from Pierce. Well,
nice.
the
Come on,
Boston
good
Celtics,
pass.
their last
Good
game
pass.
to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. And even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
Well, last season for Paul Pierce, not as efficient as what we're used to seeing. Some of that is the injury to his foot that he had at the beginning of the season. He had to play his way into shape.
Well, I do the right thing, you can take me out. Whatever. Let's do it. Bradley.
34 seconds left to play in the first. Great shot. The offensive rebound. Nets leading by 5.
What?
Williams attacking.
No, how is he my man?
That's Grace.
Fuck!
Guys, with that finger roll, gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
And here's Bradley. 8 points his last outing. Here's Bass. Gets himself open and drills it.
Run. Run.
9 seconds left in the
Slow
first.
piece of shit.
Outside Williams. 2 seconds
Oh,
left.
jeez. I've had bad defense.
That's got to feel good. Ending the quarter on a positive note.
Avery Bradley can get out of my team. Alright, second quarter, 7 points down. You've got to do better than this.
For our Christmas Day matchup. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
And they're really keying
Yeah,
in
on the
on
ball
getting
side,
as many
my
good
opponent.
shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just
Yeah,
settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing
Man,
it.
come on.
Lopez. Darren Williams out there with that's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Lopez to become a factor in the middle. As soon as he came into this league, he was scoring and rebounding at a pretty good rate. And, you know, you watch him, he's not overwhelming, but he's got a nice set of low post moves, and he's athletic enough to get those shots off from either block.
Something else with Brooks, Steve, is he's such a consistent player that it's very hard for them to have an
Assist.
off game.
And then get off.
with his excellent free throw shooting or with his back to the basket.
Come on. Right now. Get around me. Get around. Oh, yeah.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far.
Come on.
Williams against Terry.
No.
Pass to Lopez.
Come on. Come on. Do something. I'm watching you. I don't even care what the ball is.
Over Pierce. And the basketball.
So close.
Well, that's his shot. He is really proficient from that mid-range. You know, the Atlantic Division used to be the Celtics' playground. That wasn't the case. Every game was a battle.
They gotta not score. Come on. Everyone tighten up. Someone stop Williams, please.
Johnson attacking. That's good. He has 7.
He's a guy that'll take it right into the teeth of the defense. A lot of his points come from inside of 5 feet.
Well, guys, you know, you look back at the Celtics in the Atlantic Division. They still managed to finish atop the division, but it took a late surge from them to get there. And
it won't be as easy for them as it has been in the past.
Yes. Rumble Pat's going heart beating. Go.
In terms of playoff appearances during their time in New Jersey.
Oh, nut rag.
Getting to the playoff while in New Jersey.
The finals a couple times. And it was hard, Steve, when the Nets were in the ABA. They won the 3 titles in 5 years, but the New Jersey version just
wow.
The show back a few years ago, they made the finals in consecutive years. But now it's a chance to start new in Brooklyn, start something special. And they're going to bank on this new venue, new location to try to jumpstart their franchise.
Outside, Pierce. 5 to shoot. Pierce gets the screen from Lee.
Go.
It's 1 on the
yes,
clock.
That's screen.
Pierce has got his
Teamwork.
first bucket in this one.
Came off the screen and did what I call a right now move. Right
no way.
Well, that certainly sent a ripple through the crowd.
Yeah, alley-oop always does that. One of the more beautiful plays you'll see in all of basketball. Yeah, it's impossible not to be impressed.
Yep, very exciting play to see that.
Especially when it ends with that big slam like that one.
Back to Green.
Green, you lost the fucking ball.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. A finish.
For the NBA's elite premier dunkers. He's actually flat.
You're right. You know, Steve, when he gets in his mind to attack the rim, it's always something to see.
Yeah, it's exactly what we've come to expect from him because he does it continually on a night-in, night-out basis.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play.
Boy, I am absolutely loving this. They're bumping bodies down there and taking no prisoners, coming away with every board.
Yeah, that willingness to fight for
we score everything, we miss everything.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Bass passes to Lee.
Fuck this shit. I'm not close. Yeah.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the half. Johnson right side.
And just switched me out, and I was fucking on that guy.
Jeff Green on the wing. The pass to Lee. Takes the lead pass.
Oh, okay, Terry.
Here's Terry.
No, Terry sucks.
From Williams.
Here we go. And now I'm switched. The guy's there for me.
Deep three-point range. No good on the buzzer beater.
It's half time.
And that concludes the first half.
Well, that's been 10 minutes. Okay, it's probably been a two-half one. 11 points down, half time. Alright, back in the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far.
Yeah, I'm doing terrible. Keep putting me out the score. 13 points difference now.
A minute and a half gone by.
We're going to see 3 points, 1 assist,
in the Eastern Conference over the last 5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference opponents.
On the court right,
care what my dynamic thing is. I'm not going to achieve it.
Lee in at the small forward spot. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris.
Oh.
Yes, gentlemen, Rajon Rondo, really the lifeblood of this Celtics team. We saw it in last year's playoffs.
Fuck you, Wallace.
Teammate Paul Pierce called him the team's best player and predicted
I'm not him. I'm on some guy. Oh, no, I'm back on. Oh my god, who am I on?
This is his team right now. Guys, Rondo, just in his mid-20s, just entering the prime of his career.
He's injured.
Nowhere to go but up. Thanks, Doris.
Dave's to talk about Rondo. He's got a broken arm.
Williams, that's a two-pointer. He hangs points. Humphries has got 8.
Boy, they've been all over the glass. Big advantage in the rebound totals.
Yeah, that's really carried them in this one, guys. I mean, those one-and-dones have really set a nice tone and let them establish this lead.
And 9 points in the game so far. And Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning record against every Eastern division, but they really took it to the Southeast, which is surprising as that was the toughest division.
Takes the 13-footer.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Back to Williams. Guarded by Bradley. Williams against Bradley. Here's Lopez. There's the block.
On a block. Yes. Yes.
Here's Bradley. Right now averaging 7 points a game.
An example of how to set a good pick. He really allowed his man a wide open look.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Johnson attacking. Wallace can't hit.
That would have been a nice alley-oop there.
Well, you got to love the effort, though. Almost showtime.
Bradley kicks to Lee. Kicks to Garnett. Shoots from the baseline.
About 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. And that's good.
It's fun to actually do that. You can't always do that in games.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
Sometimes the AI can't do any wrong, you know. Okay, we're into the fourth. 4 points down now. We're right back in this one.
Marshawn Brooks and Gerald Wallace, the two wings. Watch out
especially
there
if I'm on Wallace.
And it's Bogans in at the point guard position. So that's the Nets 5. Watch with the screen on Pierce.
Oh.
Kevin Garnett with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. The open shot by Pierce.
Yeah, and he's such a clutch player, too. Relishes these big moments with the clock winding down and games up for grabs. That's when he tends to want the ball and create something, and more often than not, deliver.
And also, Steve, he's got such a
into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
And that last play, courtesy of Sprite.
They've done a great job of controlling the boards in this one, Kevin.
Here's Brooks. 6 points. Bradley dishes to Lee. Dishes it to Garnett. Back to Lee. Over Wallace. Let's find out what Doris.
Come on, coach.
I was able to listen, take us lightly next time, guys.
And we lost by 5. Oh, bad call.
Yeah, I think so. They were just
So got 5 points and a couple of assists and a block. The block is good. Happy with the block. And that's obviously the end of this one. It might be 2. I might be able to squeeze it in. Might cut out some fluff around the edges. So, you know, have a go. Come on. Poor. 55 coins. Cha-ching. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Leave you with the press conference, and, yeah.
Your coach was quoted as saying after the game that the team was really broken up about tonight's loss. In fact, he said a couple of the guys were even crying about it in the locker room afterwards. What do you have to say about that?
I don't really know what to tell you. Every single player on this team puts it all out there every time they step on the court. And a couple of them wear their hearts on their sleeves. Combine all that with a tough loss like tonight, and sure, some guys are going to get a little emotional. Nothing wrong with that, man. If anything, it's just a reminder of how much those guys care and how much harder we have to work again the next time to make sure we don't lose a game like this again. Real talk.